On that day, I sat under the shade of an olive tree I had known since my youth. The wind blew gently, making the leaves sway as if they were singing ancient hymns. The sheep grazed peacefully in the fields before me, and I could hear the distant sound of farmers' tools, working the land for the harvest. It was there that the Lord began to whisper in my heart about something I saw every day: the prosperity of the wicked and the apparent injustice of it. I knew the people of Israel also wondered why, and so I wrote down what the Lord taught me. I did not envy evildoers, nor let myself be angered when I saw the wicked prosper. I remembered how the desert's heat, relentless and dry, makes plants wither in an instant. So it is with the wicked, who seem to flourish today, but will vanish tomorrow, like grass scorched by the desert sun. This thought brought me peace, for I understood their days are numbered and will not last forever. In the streets of Jerusalem, I saw the righteous struggling for their lives, planting with calloused hands, making sincere sacrifices to the Lord. I told them, "Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and feed on his faithfulness." The words flowed, and I saw the faces of men change, for they knew that God's faithfulness never fails. Just as the sun rises over the mountains of Judah every day, God's goodness always shines upon the righteous. It was common to see the people bringing their matters to the elders at the city gate. There, decisions were made and disputes resolved. When I saw many seeking justice by their own hands, I reminded them, "Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he will do it." God, as a righteous judge, will vindicate those who are his. It was not the strong arm of man that should prevail, but the invisible hand of the Almighty. The hearts of men are easily stirred by anger, especially when they see evil prosper. But I said to them, "Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret because of the one who prospers in his way." Our battles are not like the ones I fought in my youth against the Philistines, where shield and sword decided the victor. This battle was internal and required patience, trust, and faith. I remembered Saul, the king who pursued me, and how many times I had the opportunity to take his life. But I chose not to, for I knew that justice belongs to the Lord. I told my brothers, "Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Do not fret. It only leads to evil. God sees everything." The wicked, no matter how much they prosper now, will not escape God's judgment. It is better to be at peace with the Lord than to stain your hands with innocent blood. While the women ground grain and prepared bread in the squares, I reflected on the blessing of being righteous. The little that the righteous have is much more valuable than the great riches of the wicked. Wealth can disappear, but God's provision for his people never fails. He sustains those who trust in him, like rain that falls on dry land, reviving it to bear fruit. At night, around the campfire, I told the young warriors about God's ways. "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord," I would tell them. "Even if he stumbles, he will not fall, for God's hand will uphold him." I was once young, full of dreams and struggles, and now, in my old age, I have never seen the righteous forsaken. That was the testimony of my life, and I wanted them to remember it. The full moon hung over the fields as families withdrew to their tents. Before I lay down, I looked to the heavens and meditated. The Lord loves justice and does not forsake his saints. Those who walk with God, though they face afflictions, will find eternal security. They're like olive trees planted in the house of the Lord, whose roots grow deep and whose fruits never fail. So, as the world slept, and the worries of the day dissipated like mist, I lay down in peace, trusting that God always sustains his own. The words of the psalm were born not only from inspiration, but from the reality I saw every day in Jerusalem. The wicked will pass away, but those who trust in the Lord will inherit the land and dwell in it forever. May you never forget this. Amen.